What's happening, everyone? Mark here on Creating a Digital Life. So today's video I wanted to dedicate to one of the most common devices and kind of entertainment that we use these days, which is namely the television and how it's being used on an everyday basis. So I have actually been thinking about this topic for quite a while now, because if you think about it, most of the people, what they do instantly is switch on television, or let's say go to YouTube or Netflix potentially, and watch any kind of program just to have their minds switched off. What this does, however, is actually disengages the brain and it stops you from developing and progressing, simply because if you are spending, let's say, 80 to 90% of your time off from work or whatever you're doing to entertain and merely to relax, your brain is actually going to get lazy. The reason I'm saying is because I came across an article that I'm going to share in the description below as well, that shows that in case you are, let's say, watching a movie and you cannot remember the basic plot after 6, 7, 8 or 9 months down the line, that means that your brain is not engaged, hence your focusing and learning abilities are actually slowing down. Some may consider this a nuisance and an insignificant thing, but if you do not pay close attention to this, it can become a detrimental factor, because the less you learn, the less you develop, the more likely you are to, I wouldn't want to put it this way, but to let yourself go in some ways. And not only that, you're not able to keep up, let's say, with the competition, the new things that are coming out, because whether you like it or not, and I pointed this out in my previous videos as well, things are always changing. You need to learn, you need to adapt in order to survive and thrive. And if you're spending most of your time on merely entertaining yourself rather than educating, developing, progressing, then that can become quite a problem after a while. Don't get me wrong though, you should be spending some time to switch off, but there are many ways to do that. For me in particular, I like to listen to audiobooks or to practice on my guitar that you can see in the background, or do some kind of physical activity. Because with those kind of activities, I am actually focusing on something else that is, let's say, not something mental. Would rather focusing on the opposite side of that, to keep the healthy balance, so to speak. Therefore, when it comes to television as well, moderation, like with everything in life, is key. You need to keep it to a certain level and not exceed it. What I would say is that if you're watching television, any kind of content actually, whether it comes to YouTube, Netflix, doesn't matter, I would try to mix in my hobbies and my passion into it that I'm actually interested about, whether that's neuroscience or finances or, I don't know, some kind of technology. And just to give you another example, I have been watching quite a lot of content on the company called Tesla, because they have been doing some groundbreaking work, and I've always been fascinated about what the latest development of technology will be able to do in our everyday lives. So just reading into it, also trying to understand what the outcome of that is going to look like, and therefore actively being up to date and aware of what the world is doing and where it's progressing, rather than just merely entertaining the idea of, sitting around having a good chat or having a, just watching some kind of comedy program. Again, you can do that, but just in moderation. So what I'd like to point out is that if you're spending your time on televisions all the time, that's going to have a hindering effect, more than you think. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you have any kind of comments, insights that you would like to share, you can do it down in the comment section down below. Feel free to leave a like button, it helps out this channel quite a lot, and until the next video, I hope you take care and have a great day.